Hey, it's Roger with The Lonely Commuter, and this is the 7 coolest people on the planet. Every ride I take 7 of the coolest people I can think of in a virtual seat next to me, shotgun. And today we've got a kid who loves cows, professional wrestler, a woman that's sailing around some ice, and an ancient architect who's doing stuff today. So lots to get to today. Let's get our feels on. And it's time for the 7 coolest people on the planet. Number 7. So when you think of a pet, you don't usually think of, like, I don't know, cows, right? Not necessarily the cuddliest or cleanest animals in the world. You know, especially considering what comes out of the back end of them. I mean, you know, not the normal house pet. But Ryan Wirtjes is a 9-year-old who loves cows, and somebody should love cows, right? But Ryan loves cows a lot. See, Ryan is dealing with a rare mitochondrial disease that makes him vomit like all the time for hours and hours. And he also has a condition that makes his bones really weak, and he has to have a stent that produces fluid in his brain. And so one of the things that really helps Ryan and calms him down was a stuffed cow that he got from Make-A-Wish Foundation. And his mom over this last Christmas decided that, you know, she was going to see if she posted something on Facebook, people would, her friends and family would send more cows to Ryan. Well, to her surprise, hundreds of people all across the United States started sending cows. Cow stuffed animals, inflatable cows, cow socks, cow shoes, cow hats, cow blankets, anything cow on it, and they got it. And it's made Ryan really happy. And his love of cows and his ability to fight against his diseases isn't truly what makes Ryan cool. Because now that Ryan has all these cows, what makes him cool is he wants to give back. So Ryan is going to start giving all these cows that he's getting back to the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the local Ronald McDonald House so that other kids can be comforted by cows. And I think that makes Ryan super cool. Number 6, John Sanday. John Sanday has been cool for a really long time. I wouldn't say he's ancient cool, but he does some really cool ancient stuff. See, John's an architect. He's from Great Britain, and he was the major lead architect on the World Monuments restoration of Angkor Wat in Cambodia, which is one of the sites that I want to visit. It's on my top 7 world places to go to. And that would make John cool in itself, but recently John has been working on a new project. See, in 2015, a huge, massive 7.8 on a Richter scale earthquake hit Nepal. And it was devastating to a lot of ancient sites. And one of them is a temple near Kathmandu, Nepal. And John is taking it upon himself that he wants to help rebuild this temple. And it's great because it's right up his alley. It's work he knows how to do and is excited about doing. He's going to have to raise about $300,000 to make all the repairs. But it's worth it. This temple is used by 300 people a day go to worship there, and it's falling apart. And it's great to see that when it comes to being cool, size doesn't always matter on what you do. So thanks for everything you're doing, John. Number 5, Lisa Blair is a native from Queensland, Australia, and Lisa has just started a journey that is going to take her around the Antarctic. Actually, she's trying to break a record for the first woman to solo, non-assist, non-stop trip around the Antarctic. And she wants to do it in less than 100 days. That is like super cool for her to be able to go out there and do that on her own, and dangerous. Some of those dangerous parts of the ocean are in and around the Atlantic. But Lisa's attempting to do this on her own, and part of the reason she's doing that is to raise awareness for climate change. And so one of the coolest things about Lisa's trip is that if you go to her website, you can actually follow her trip around. You can see her on the global satellite and watch as she attempts to do this. It's a huge deal, and I'm guessing that Lisa is not going to have a problem staying cool trying to circumnavigate the Antarctic. Number 4. Bob Moses may not be one of the most recognized civil rights leaders from the 1960s, but he is one of the longest lasting ones. At the age of 83, Bob Moses is still out there making an impact for civil rights. He started with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee in the mid-1960s, trying to register African Americans in Mississippi, even though there were tons of Jim Crow laws that kept people suppressed from actually using their rights to vote. During the mid-1960s, he was also a key leader in the Mississippi Freedom Summer, which helped educate young people and also, again, tried to help register people to vote of color. When he did this, Bob saw that there was lots of need and inequality as far as education goes. And so he spent the last couple of decades working on what is called the Algebra Project, which teaches algebra and math to inner city middle school students. And it's been proven that students that go through the Algebra Project do better on standardized tests than those students that don't. So this week, Bob's one of the coolest people on the planet because he's still doing civil rights and still active in social justice years and years later. He's never given up, and I think that that's cool. Number 3, Luke Glaser. Luke Glaser is a Salem, Oregon furniture builder and designer. And Luke's cool because he understands that when refugees come from war-torn countries to the United States and they get asylum, all they really get to bring is hope. They don't get given hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they don't get set up to start businesses, and it's not like we just hand them the keys to the city and everything is great. Refugees come to this country, and it's hard work for them to fit in and to learn a new language and to do everything it takes to be productive in society. So Luke has started, or is trying to start, a brand new furniture company called Sparrow Furniture in Salem, Oregon. And his goal is that he wants to teach refugees how to refurbish furniture and sell them. So he was working with a local church, and they've given him a warehouse, and he's trying to convert that. He's got a crowdfunding page up on the internet, trying to raise some money, about $50,000 to start up this business, with the whole goal of employing up to 15 refugees sometime in the next 3 years. So this is a great way that someone is seeing a problem and a need and addressing it, and bringing people into this country and saying, hey, you're welcome here. And not only are you welcome, but we're actually going to help you make it and not just let you be on your own. So Luke, appreciate what you're doing, and wish you all the success, because I think it's cool. Number 2, Amy Cranton. I thought I was kicking it when at the age of 44 I got my first bachelor's and I had a 3.45 GPA. I thought I was cool, but I have nothing on Amy. Amy is 94 years young and just graduated from an online university with a bachelor's in the art of English and writing. It's amazing. She just didn't want to sit around and binge on Netflix. She wanted to keep moving and doing and learning something. And I think that that is a great sign for everybody that it is cool to be a lifelong learner. So congratulations, Amy. And I know you've started working on that master's, and good luck with that too. Number 1. Well, if you don't know that tune, it's okay, but it means that the champ is here. Yes, number one this week is John Cena, professional wrestler extraordinaire, movie star. And John, I believe, is super cool, and I'm going to explain why. John is always a good guy. For his whole entire career, John has always played a good guy, or babyface, in professional wrestling. And we're not going to talk about whether wrestling's fake or not. I'm going to put a link to Mike Quackenbush's video on YouTube about why you shouldn't think wrestling's fake. But what we're here to talk about is John Cena cool or not, right? So John always plays the good guy. And so for kids love him. They think John is the coolest. They think that he's awesome. He is their superhero, right? Their live action, something they can go and watch every week, superhero. But for the adult fans, they look at John a little differently, right? They hate John. They hate John Cena. So much so when his music hits and he starts coming down the aisle, they start chanting, "Cena sucks, Cena sucks." Part of the reason the adults don't like him is that they don't think John ever loses, right? They call him Super Cena. Oh, he can never be defeated. But there's always been somebody in professional wrestling like that. And when I was younger and I was in professional wrestling, it was this guy, brother. He ate his vitamins and said his prayers, and he was always the good guy. Until the 1990s, when all of a sudden he told the fans to take a hike and became one of the most hated wrestlers ever. And even somebody like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? Super mega movie star, highest paid actor in Hollywood, started his career in professional wrestling, and at some points, The Rock was also a bad guy. That was hated, and people booed him, right? Sometimes in professional wrestling, that's your job, to be the bad guy. But John's always the good guy, and he's never not been the good guy. And he's actually said he never wants to be a bad guy. As hard as the adult fans want to push him to get upset and angry and mad because they're booing him and telling him that he sucks and that they hate him, he stays a good guy, and there's a reason. John Cena works with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he has made over 500 plus wishes for terminally sick and kids that are dealing with diseases. 500 Make-A-Wishes granted by him. The next closest superstar, actor, athlete is this guy, right? And John has almost twice as much as him. What does that mean for kids, right? Kids that are sick and hurting and have really bad days, kind of like Ryan, like we talked about earlier, who vomits like all the time. For them to have a chance to spend an hour with a guy that they look up to and get excited, and for just a short span of time, can put all that aside, can put all the doctors and the throwing up and the hurting, and that just goes away because they're with their hero. What does that mean to parents of those kids who day in and day out have to deal with the fact that their child is hurting, is in pain, and may never recover from that pain? To have a chance to see them be happy and excited and having fun for just a short amount of time, maybe the only time that they have, is a huge, massive deal. And for John Cena to do this over 500 times is I think probably one of the coolest things I've ever heard. What does it mean to John? Could you imagine being that person that 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds say, if I had one wish, it would be to hang out with John Cena for a couple hours. It would be to walk to the ring and have him put me on his shoulders, or let me hold his belt, or play a video game with me, or sign my t-shirt, or whatever it is. Can you imagine how that weighs on John? That there are probably sometimes he can't fulfill every wish. But yet he doesn't stop. He doesn't say, oh, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's too painful. You know, he says, I'm going to do this. He's even made a pledge that he wants to reach 1,000 wishes granted. I don't think there's anybody cooler than that. I don't care if you don't like John Cena, or you think he's a bad wrestler, or you think he wins all the time and shouldn't. You know, all that stuff, that's just make-believe and part of the story that wrestling tells. But what's real, what's honest, what's loyal is that John Cena, week in and week out, says to hurting kids, I'm here for you. I want to make your day. And I'm going to do that no matter what. I don't think there's anything cooler than that. So, John, here's to you. You are the champ. You always will be to me. Thanks for being cool. So, that's this week's 7 coolest people on the planet. Hope you enjoyed the list. Please subscribe by clicking the icon there. Make sure that you like this video and that you share it with as many people as possible. If you have a story that you want, someone that you think should ride virtual shotgun in the car during 7 coolest people on the planet, use this email address here and send me a story about them. Tell me what they're about. Maybe I'll give them a ride on my next commute. For Lonely Planet and 7 coolest people on the planet, this is Roger, and just remember that faith, hope, love, and happiness, they're all choices we can make every day. So let's go out and make some. See you next time.